Reception. Thanks for joining us today for our third lesson of the week. Now, this is our literacy lesson, and this week we've been looking at fact and fiction, and we've been learning about information about the life cycle of a butterfly. That is right. Now, I wonder if you can pause the video now and if you can remind your helper about the 4 parts of the life cycle of a butterfly. Off you go. Super job. So first of all, there's an egg is laid. Well done. Then out comes the caterpillar. And then the caterpillar forms a cocoon. And out of the cocoon comes a butterfly. Well done. Now we're going to look at some vocabulary that we're going to need today. But first of all, this is what we're going to do in our lesson. Now, we've talked about information texts, and we looked at some information yesterday. So today, we're going to be looking at an information book all about how caterpillars change to butterflies, the life cycle of a butterfly. So this isn't a story, this is an information book, and you're going to see what an information book looks like. And what we're going to do is use the book to learn some facts, learn some information about the caterpillars and the butterflies. What you're going to need at the end of your lesson is the information that I have sent to your helper. Now, you don't need to print this out, you can just look at this on the screen. Your helper will need to help you to read this because there are some tricky parts. But to do independent work at the end, you're going to need the information that I've sent you. Now, by the end of this lesson, you're going to be able to use an information book or an information text to find out information and then to either write about it or to talk about it. Okay, so let's have a little look at some words that we're going to need for today. So first of all, we know this word. This is a cocoon. Now, I'd like you to pause the video and tell your helper what you can remember about a cocoon. Well done. So the cocoon is what the caterpillar makes around itself and stays in there while it turns into a butterfly. Now, we'll see if we can learn some more about a cocoon in our book today, in our information book today. I'm going to pop that up there. Now, you can read this, Reception. Shed. Well done. We're going to see this word today in our information book. I wonder if we can work out what it means when we spot it. To put that one up there to remind us. Now, I think we can try and read this one. Now, this is making the ch sound. Hatch. Hatch. If you think you know what hatch means, I'd like you to pause the video now and tell your helper. Oh, you know lots about it. Let's see if you are right. I'm going to pop that up there. Now, I've got my piece of paper here. When we start reading our information book, if I find out any interesting facts, I might want to write it down so I remember it. Now, if you'd like to do that as well, you can go and get some paper and something to write with. But you don't have to. You can just talk to your helper about what we learn. Right then, let's start. Can you see this picture? Now here it's telling us that the lady butterfly, the female butterfly, she lays her eggs on the leaves. Well, we know that already, don't we? The eggs stick to the leaves so they won't fall off. That's so clever. I was wondering why the eggs didn't roll off. Do you remember in the story that we saw? There was the egg on the leaf. I was wondering, why doesn't that egg roll off? Well, now we know, because they stick to the leaves. That's incredible. The baby insect grows inside the sticky egg. when it hatches, it is a caterpillar. And look at this picture here of the caterpillar hatching out of the egg. Wow. I can really see that this is a caterpillar. And I like the way that I can even see inside the egg. Now, I've learned something here. I've learned some facts. Now, I didn't know that the eggs were sticky and that they stick to the leaves. I didn't know that. That's really interesting. And then we found this word hatch. Now, we talked about that. It's up there, look. Hatch. And you talked about the word hatch with your helper earlier. What did you say? That's right. If something hatches, it comes out of whatever it was in. So here, our caterpillar is hatching out of the egg. It's broken out of the egg and it comes out. And often, if something hatches, it's changed. So whatever it was inside to start with, it changes so that it's ready to come out and it doesn't need the egg anymore to look after it. It hatches out. Now, I really like the fact that the egg is sticky. So I want to add that here. I want to remember that. So I'm going to draw a leaf. There's my leaf, and I want to draw my egg. There's my egg. And I'm going to write the sentence, the egg is sticky. So I can remember, because I love that fact. The egg, I'm going to use my finger space, egg. And I can remember from the book, I can use this to help me with my words. Egg. Oh, look, we need to use 2 G's. The egg is, and now I'm going to write sticky. Stick. I'm going to do stick first. Stick. 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 It. And it's my digraph. Sticky. Now the E sound in this word is a Y. Sticky. The egg is sticky. And I'm going to do a full stop. So what I've done there is I've read my book and I've learned some facts about it. Now I've written it down. You don't have to write it down at all. You can just tell your helper about it. Let's see what we're going to learn next. Look at this. See if we learn anything new. As the caterpillar grows, it sheds its skin. This is called molting. We saw that word earlier. Shed. Shed. It sheds its skin. Have a little look at that picture. Wow. Now, shed means when it sheds its skin, it means it loses its skin, like a snake does. So the caterpillar has its skin and it loses it, it sheds its skin and it forms a new one. Makes a new skin. I didn't know that. I didn't know that at all. The sheds its skin. How amazing. Now, what I'd like you to do is tell your helper what we've learned on this page. What have we just learned? What does a caterpillar do? That's right. A caterpillar sheds its skin. If you want to, you can write that sentence down. It sheds its skin. And you can add it to our information list so that we don't forget anything. It sheds its skin. Let's see what else we're going to learn. Look, here we are. And here is the cocoon. And it says, the fully grown caterpillar goes onto a leaf stem. You can see it here. The caterpillar hangs by a silky thread. And here, look, the caterpillar is turning into creating a cocoon. It takes a few hours and then it's ready. It says here, it hangs on a silky thread of the leaf of a stem. So it creates its cocoon using silk. Wow, I never knew that. Like a silky thread. I wondered what it was made out of. And it's made out of a silky thread that ends up being really, really strong. Wow. Pause the video now and tell your helper what we've just learned about the cocoon. Well done. We know that the cocoon is made from a silky thread. I also didn't know that the caterpillar hangs down. I didn't know that. That silky thread must be really, really strong, mustn't it? Now, if you want to, you can add the information to your information list. Let's have a look. After about 3 weeks, now they've used a different word here. They've used the pupa. So the pupa is a little bit like a cocoon. The pupa splits open. 3 weeks it takes. The butterfly crawls out. Its new wings are wrinkled. The butterfly climbs up and shakes out its wings. Then it flies away. So what have we learned on this page? Well, we know how long it takes. How long does it take for the butterfly, for the caterpillar to turn into a butterfly in the cocoon? 3 weeks, that's right, it takes 3 weeks. And then, what does the caterpillar do? What does the butterfly do with its wings? It shakes them out, doesn't it? I didn't know that. It gives them a shake so that it can dry them off, and then it flies away. Now we can see really, really close. Butterfly is in the cocoon. It's all squashed inside. Imagine how that would feel, all squashed inside. Then it comes out to try and fly away. So reception, we have learned so many things from our information books. That's why I love information books, because we learn so much. We learn that the egg is sticky. Can you remember what else we've learnt? Super job. We have learned that it takes 3 weeks for the caterpillar to become a butterfly. We also learnt, let me find the page, that the caterpillar sheds its skin. And I never knew that. I didn't know caterpillars did that. So I'm so interested that they shed their skin. Now, what I'd like you to do, I've sent you some information. It's a little bit like our book, but they're information pages. Now you've got more than one. I think you've got 3. And there's some really fun facts as well about butterflies and caterpillars. What I'd like you to do is read them through with your helper. And then you can either talk about the facts and the information that you've learned, or if you want to write, like I've done here, then you can do that as well, so that you don't forget. Remember to send us all the information that you've learned, because we would love to know. And tomorrow, you might need this information to do the activity that you're going to do with Mrs. Hutt. Enjoy finding out all about butterflies, reception. Bye.